Settlers first arrived in the beautiful green valley of Sweet Home, Oregon in 1851. Nestled alongside the Cascade Mountain Range and parallel to the Santiam River, its lush valleys, petrified forests, and natural resources made it the perfect location for homesteaders.
Sweet Home is a very typical small town. Everybody knows everybody. It's a very quiet town for the most part. For me, having lived here my whole life, it's the best place on earth. I like to call it God's country.
In 1893, Sweet Home became an incorporated town of Linn County, and a toll gate was built to charge travelers passing through the Cascade Mountain Range. The sleepy little town boomed overnight with the demand for lumber by the defense programs in the 1940s. Logging operations and the timber industry were the town's livelihood, as the nearby Willamette Forest produced more wood than any other national forest in the country. It was the glory days of the logging industry. Clouds were building on the horizon, and in the center of the storm was the northern spotted owl.
My dad was a logger, my family were loggers or in the sawmill industry, and to have all of that start to go away was really tough on me and tough on all the people around me. Sweet Home was known as a logging town, and for that to go away was devastating.
My husband's was a logging contractor. We're both retired now. But in the early 80s, the spotted owl thing came, and we were, our community got, of course, very involved in that. We had an office on Main Street, Communities for Great Oregon. We worked hard to try to influence the people that make the decisions to let us have our small communities and our small logging operations and mills and things for all the jobs, because that's what we depend on here.
On June 26th of 1990, the northern spotted owl was listed on the Endangered Species Act as a threatened species in Washington, Oregon, and California. With a need for old-growth stands of trees to survive, the logging industry was cut 90% in the Willamette Forest. Jobs were scarce. The community struggled. Something had to be done.
As usual, this community rallied and fought like crazy to keep their jobs, keep the industry, and didn't win, unfortunately, but I guess we did, because just like any other thing in this community, we come together, figure it out, and that was how the Jamboree was born.
Shedding was created as an economic development idea back in the late 80s when the spotted owl issue had hit our timber industry, and a group of folks got together to find a way to bring something else into our local economy. And so it's grown from a couple thousand fans to up to near 17,000 fans.